German sociologist and psychoanalyst Erich Fromm once said, "The deepest need of man is the need to overcome his separatedness, to leave the prison of his aloneness." There is a truth that I don't think we always say aloud, but I believe that we all feel it. I think the truth is we all want to be loved. Not just liked or merely acknowledged, but truly, unconditionally loved. And beneath all of our noise, all of our games, all of our distractions and busyness that comes with modern life, it's that quiet, desperate longing that I think drives so much of what we do as human beings. It's strange how often we mistake that longing, that aching, for something else. We think we're chasing success, admiration, status. People will curate these online identities, always trying to be a little bit more desirable, a little bit more needed, a little bit more lovable. People rarely admit to themselves that love is what they are chasing, because sometimes the world just feels too big, too vulnerable. But it's the truth. The desire to be loved is the emotional engine behind so many of our choices. And in spaces like World of Warcraft, MMOs, where identity can be shaped, reshaped, hidden, and exaggerated, that desire becomes even more visible. We want to be noticed when we log in. We want someone to whisper us, to greet us, to miss us when we're not logged in. We want to belong somewhere, not just because it's practical, not just because we're part of the raid team, but because it makes us feel real, connected, valued. Even behind the most ironic, the most hardened and unhinged people you've probably met in this fucking game, there is still a part of them that is quietly, desperately hoping to be seen, to be chosen, to be loved. And yet, how often, how rare is it that we say that out loud to ourselves? The desire to be loved, and how human that is. Because being open about our desire for love feels like giving someone a gun. It makes us vulnerable to rejection. It lets people know that we care, that we can hurt, that we're not as invulnerable as we often pretend to be. Philosopher Soren Kierkegaard once wrote that the greatest hazard of all, losing oneself, can occur very quietly in the world, as if it were nothing at all. And losing ourselves often begins when we pretend we don't care about love, when we try to mask this longing with a performance, when we begin to trade authenticity for likability, when we confuse admiration with intimacy. And so we begin to perform for affection. We try to become lovable by becoming useful or funny or impressive or agreeable. And the more that we begin to chase love on these terms, the more we begin to fear, what if they don't love me, but just the version of me that I've created? I think this is where the pain starts to sharpen, because for many people, love has only ever felt conditional. We're loved when we behaved, when we succeeded, when we're pleasing others, when we are needed. But what about when we are not any of those things? What about when we're messy, or quiet, or simply human? But in many modern spaces, both digital and real, that kind of love is exceedingly rare. We join communities, we post, we message, we hover in discords, we type messages and backspace them 10 times before pressing send. We offer help when we are not obligated to. We listen longer than we need to. All of it small signals to the universe that I am here. I want to connect. I want to matter to someone, because the opposite, the silence, the invisibility, it's far too much to bear. The desire to be loved is not a weakness, my friends. It's the most human thing about us.